Hi, welcome to Brit Bong News, the only news show that doesn't show any real news, as that's now illegal. So just like the real news shows, we're just going to make it all up. In today's show, we're going to have a brief look into sports.
You okay? I hope you got that.
Oh, are you good, bro?
Ouch! I hope you got that.
Then we're going to take a look back at history. And finally, a quick look at the cesspool known as social media.
My real passion is my hobby.
Really? What's that?
I work with retards.
And eventually the weather. Dear God, I hope there is actual weather this time. Oh my, that's not appropriate. In today's show, our main story is the situation. Wait, why did we remove? Oh, that's right, it's a hate crime in this country. Anyways, P. Diddy turns out to allegedly be involved in some very disturbing things, like spousal abuse,
Allegedly.
blackmail,
Allegedly.
rumoured car bombings,
Allegedly.
and worst of all, a boring personality. With all these things coming to surface, Sean Love Combs decided he wanted to go on holiday, as he was arrested while leaving the country after his house was raided by Homeland Security on allegations of human trafficking.
Allegedly.
Surely he was just going on holiday. I mean, without rumours of human trafficking,
Allegedly.
covering up murder,
Allegedly.
drugging employees,
Allegedly.
making somebody film large orgies,
Allegedly.
interfering with said employees, looming over him.
Allegedly.
I mean, it's not like he knew they were going to raid his house at all. In order for that to happen, there'd have to be a large cover-up orchestrated by security detail.
Allegedly.
Anyway, the fashion designer, record label owner, and musician is currently under arrest for many of these alleged crimes. And hopefully, just like Alec Baldwin at a shooting range, it'll all be swept under the rug. Right, but if that doesn't get us in trouble, this next bit probably will. Here's the sports with Tyrone.
In sports news, during the WrestleMania 40 main event, there were a bunch of run-ins, but nobody gave two because, hey, Cody Rhodes beat Roman Reigns and the Bloodline to win the WWE Universal Heavyweight Championship after getting absolutely f***ing thrashed in that match on Saturday against The Rock and Roman Reigns. But hey, the man was there in front of his mother, and I can't tell you how badly I wanted to see her jump the barrier and start absolutely wailing on The Rock. It would have been great. Anyway, this year's WrestleMania was supposed to be the first without any sort of Vince McMahon-based input. And if you believe that, I have a bridge in Nigeria to sell you. Click on the ad for more details. Anyway, in boxing news, Mike Tyson and Jake Paul are set to have their fight on July 20th. I couldn't even say it with a straight face. They're gonna have a fight. Mike Tyson is gonna whoop his ass. Oh, it's gonna be a mess. Provided he puts down that sweet Mary Jane, that kush, that goddamn good god green gosh damn marijuana. Anyway, Mike Tyson is gonna finish the story, and he's gonna beat Jake Paul's monkey ass into the ground. And of course, finally, in football news, Arsenal 2, Bayern Munich 2. Go Arsenal. Now back to the goddamn studio.
And now for some journalism not aimed at scaring people. Japan, a nation of honour, respect, and tentacle monsters. I mean, popular culture. The more effort they put into decent storytelling, the more money they make. It's almost as if that's what people want. Anyway, to further expand this knowledge of how a great nation has become such a big part of the zeitgeist, I decided to do some research on the internet. How do you spell Japan?
It's spelt H-E-N-T-A.
Dear God, what is this? No, wait. This is still written better than most of what Disney puts out. While combing through large amounts of great anime like Berserk, Dragon Ball Z, Gundam, and then their popular film franchises such as Godzilla, Lone Wolf, and Cub, and at least the first Battle Royale film. These great franchises, which are just barely scratching the surface, make most films and series today look as if they didn't even bother to write, act, or even care about their creation. It's almost as if they only cared about lecturing people. Anyway, the more you look into Japan's great media franchises, the more you understand why they always seem to outperform most of modern media. If you need proof, go take a look in any comic book shop. See how the manga section is 5 times bigger than anything else. Some of them sell even more Gundam model kits than they do comic books. Even Japanese YouTube is done in a decent way. There are countless videos out there of people travelling on trains or even just walking the area they live in that are far less concerned with their own popularity. Display how great things are for them. Even a blind fool like Jimmy Kimmel prefers Japan to his own dystopian nightmare of a home.
We were in Japan for 7 days. Not only did I not encounter a single dirty bathroom, the bathrooms in Tokyo and Kyoto are cleaner than our operating rooms here. Everywhere you go, the bathrooms are clean, they don't smell bad, they have those toilets that wash you from the inside out.
After examining the research I have done, I have come to the conclusion that a large amount of Japanese media, be it anime or manga, seems to mostly be aimed at storytelling, rather than insulting the fan base. Perhaps if Hollywood learned this trick, we wouldn't have to deal with Rachel Zegler. Can't believe I got through all that without calling Vulture Peter And now for the moment you've all been waiting for. The one man willing to explain all he can. Human.
Greetings.
I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. It would appear we have breaking news happening with Australia.
Hello, you're joining me live here across the front lines of the 37th Australian Emu War. As you can see, troops behind me are preparing to launch an invasion into the Emu stronghold. As some people may know, this new conflict was started when the emus kidnapped the heir to the Vegemite fortune, Princess Angela White. These soldiers are more than prepared to risk their lives for the Vegemite Empire. Earlier today, the commander of Kangaroo Forces, Mr. Mick Dundee, released a statement which said they may take our lives, but they will have to deal with our boomerangs first. Now, some people are saying that this war could have been avoided if Australia had just given up the Vegemite drilling fields. Others have said that the Emu King still demands revenge for Margot Robbie, stealing their eggs to begin her career in Hollywood following their divorcee. All we really know is that this is the age of blood and feathers. As always, I'm on a bender and will be shortly. Back to you in the studio.
Sad day for Australia. In response to this, Brazzers has asked for a 7-crank salute. All those able to perform at half-mast are welcome to attend. And now, back to the culture segment.
Greetings. I am Human, and today I'm going to be exploring social media. Social media. Social media is a tool often used by and operated by ordinary humans, just like Mark Zuckerberg, to control and divide the masses for the great harvest. I mean, to connect old friends and post cringe. Most people tend to use social media to boast about their great lives and spread knowledge they have learned from other fools online to convert the population to their way of thinking. These moments of humanity are often used to gather information on other humans and then sold to multiple companies who decide what arguments will be started tomorrow. I even use social media on an occasion, and I post there often. This causes some issues, as knowing what to pretend to like can often get confusing. Yet rest assured, a keyboard warrior will contact you with a wide selection of unavoidable punishments if they deem you guilty of a thought crime. End transmission.
And now for a quick look at history. That's right, this segment's brand new, shiny, and we have not kidnapped this man, I need to point that out.
I'm Dr. And today I'm going to be teaching you about the Chicken and Waffles War of 1865. Most of you won't know about this war, as it was kept secret from the general public. That's right, long before Pepsi and Cola began their Cold War, there was a much bigger one. In 1864, Belgium, then known as Brussels, created their spin on the waffle. America had been eating waffles and chicken since the 1600s, caught wind of this, and they decided to steal the delicious plans for this item. By the end of the American Civil War, America needed to be unified by one meal that nobody could turn down. So Captain Mustard, the grandfather of Colonel Mustard from Cluedo, Canadian Colonel Maple Syrup, General Pat O'Butter from the 357th Cavalry held a secret meeting. Colonel Maple Syrup let slip of where the delicious treat could be found, so the spy war began. However, communications broke down when Colonel Maple Syrup was in a separate goal of crushing Aunt Jemima's resistance group. The remaining members decided that the Canadian plan wasn't going to work, and sending Aunt Jemima into Europe would be just as secret as sending Elvis into a McDonald's. So they decided to send Captain Mustard in. Captain Mustard's military record is not well known in the history books, as his missions were kept completely under wraps, yet he was rumoured to be a master of disguise. Legend has it he disguised himself as a longshoreman, including a fake parrot and a moustache. With doing so, he was able to sneak around the port and science without drawing much attention to himself. After 3 weeks of using a terrible accent to hide himself amongst the population, and failing to find the recipe, he hid himself away in the boarding house, and found the Holy Grail, a waffle iron, and the recipe suspiciously written in English. Sadly, Captain Mustard never returned home, as French agents had intercepted his letter. When they discovered him, he was buried in French onion soup with severe French bread trauma. However, this plan did finally come to a conclusion in 1930, just before the Second World War began. Belgium decided to trade the waffle to gain protection from the British during the First World War. Had allowed Britain a great bargaining chip, making the Anglo-American relationship stronger. This is Dr. wondering how he got a doctorate in history to present this. Dear God, I need a drink.
Alright, thanks for that, Doctor. Anyway, here's the weather. Oh dear God, is she still working here? Well, hello, sugar. Today the weather's gonna be a little bit messy. It's gonna be wet down the south and a little dry on top, just like my ex-boyfriend. I'm gonna shed a facelift. I have you know, my hairstylist has made some recommendations.